H-E-B. Austin Gilliam. So, singer, actor, realtor, and you. I mean, I don't even know. I was trying to think of a funny like way to, because H-E-B does so much for Texas or the communities and stuff.
Yeah, I'm on a right now. I'm on a team called Cross Functional, and we just do a little bit of everything in the store. But I'm about to spend more time up on the cash register, just as a way to help out a little bit more in the store. You know.
And so, and I've seen you play once. We were hanging out for somebody's birthday. I think you were at.
I think it was Birdhouse.
Birdhouse, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say chicken something, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you might as well because they've got some of the best fried chicken in the state.
Yeah. You know what? It just reminded me. We got a gift card for Christmas. I got to use that.
Oh yeah.
It was intentional for a date for my wife and I. My mom's like, "Take the kid. Take your wife out and bring me the kids."
Yeah. Great establishment.
Yeah, I have to think, man. Well, Friday, I don't know. We're those kind of people where we're like, we don't go out on Valentine's Day. We'll go out the day before, just to avoid the crowds. We're like,
absolutely.
So Friday night in Green, probably not our bag.
I feel you.
More maybe your bag. I mean, you're out there performing.
Not these days.
Yeah.
The only time I really go out anymore is whenever I am performing. I'm pretty much a homebody with my girlfriend and our dogs.
Yeah.
Our idea of a good Valentine's Day is going to be staying at home and me throwing some steaks on the flat iron or something like that.
Yeah, I remember. So our anniversary, my wife and I's anniversary is February 27th. So it's right there, close to 2 weeks away from Valentine's. And you just reminded me. I think we're probably like 7 or 8 years married. We're like, all right, what do we want to do for our anniversary, like dinner or whatever? And I'm like, man, I really don't want to go anywhere. So what we ended up doing was we went and bought a hamburger helper meal, and we just made it at home and hung out.
Yeah,
and it was pretty awesome. We definitely enjoyed it.
That's all that matters. It's about spending time with each other.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your music side, because I know that you've performed like solo. Is that primarily what you do, or do you have a group that you perform with as well?
I do have a band as well.
Okay.
It just depends on where I'm playing and what they're asking for.
Yeah.
Some venues bounce back and forth between solo and full band, and other venues are strictly solo. Other venues are strictly full band. And so it's modular in a way, if that's the right term.
Yeah.
For the situation, I guess.
Yeah, you can modify what you're gonna do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's that. And how long have you been doing? I mean, I guess been a musician probably before you were, getting paid to do it. But how long have you been? I guess a professional musician, I would call.
Professional. 2026 will be 20 years.
Dang.
For me. And I've done everything is from sideman work, playing for other artists, up to my own thing. So it's just depends on what the gig was.
Mm-hmm.
If I was hired to play guitar, if I was hired to play bass, if I was hired just to run sound, something like that, or if it was me as a songwriter, me as a frontman of a band, that kind of thing. So
you just do it all. You play the drums too?
I dabble.
Okay.
I was at the School of Rock for a couple of years.
Cool.
A while back here in town, and being a music director, quote unquote.
Right.
I was in the room with the kids while they were trying to put songs together. So every once in a while, I'd have to jump on the drums and fill in if one of the kids couldn't make it, like one of the drummers. Or I would have to show them how to, apply a certain method.
Yeah. You're not having to do Neil Peart, solos or anything.
No, the kids were much better drummers than I was most of the time. But I had a better ear than they did because it wasn't as honed as mine.
Okay.
So I could hear little nuances. So I'd have to fake it, be like, you need to do this, and then they'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, I'm glad you caught that, because I'm never going to be able to do that again.
Yeah, I'm only going to do it once, so pay attention.
So pay attention. I'll sign it at the end too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to say one of my classmates was also part of School of Rock. Chris Compton, was he there?
Oh yeah, Chris used to play drums with me.
Yeah. So you said drummer, and that automatically
Yeah,
reminded me.
I actually saw Chris the other day at H-E-B.
Oh, nice.
I've known Chris probably since I moved up here in 2006.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's been a buddy of mine for a long time.
Yeah, he's a good drummer.
We've done a lot of work together.
Cool.
He's a good dude. I've known him back when he was with Zach Walter and the Cronkites.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. We, I mean, not that this is about Chris, but we were in high school, middle school together, and we were in band, and it was, I don't know, Tenacious D, I'm sure, right?
Yes.
So we used to jam just Tenacious D songs, just him and I, and he would play the guitar parts, and I would do the singing. I was the Jack Black to his Kyle Gass.
Yeah, he likes a lot of that old punk stuff too that I never thought about, like the Descendants. He showed me on the road one time. And then he was playing the Plain White Tees at an open mic randomly on the guitar. Hey there, Delilah, and I was like, I didn't know that you could do that. And it wasn't until around COVID that he started doing live streams, like self tapes and stuff. And I'd see him in his jam house, little jam shack, just playing bass to My Sharona or something like that, getting down on video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about Chris.
Yeah, dude. Well,
he's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Yeah. Well, have you ever done any of that stuff? I know that Josh has done some of that. Or no, I would think it might have been Josh, another friend of mine too. But like during the shutdown, like
I did a few of them.
Yeah,
I did a few of them.
Send like, hey, Venmo me, a tip if you want, and it was pretty cool.
We did, and it was almost kind of out of necessity because it was right after the shutdown, and it was right before I got my job with H-E-B. I got my job with H-E-B whenever the lockdown happened because everything shut down, including the School of Rock, since it wasn't deemed essential.
Yeah,
and there were no bars or restaurants that were public that were open for a long time because there were no regulations in place. So didn't have anywhere to play, didn't have anywhere to make money, but that didn't stop the bills from coming in, which was really an eye opener for me.
Yeah.
So,
but that was a cool way to like, for you as a musician to earn some income still, but also as people who enjoy the music to like have an escape, and
Absolutely.
in your computer screen or you put on your TV. So
that's all you really could do.
Yeah. And you still get to enjoy your favorite, guys and support local. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And you got a chance to take requests via online.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of fun doing that.
Have you continued any of that stuff? Like I've seen people do it on TikTok and stuff. Like they're just doing guitar solos or drumming or singing and stuff.
Very seldom.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a while. I did a few. I never was really happy with the audio, and I want to get better at taking the audio side of things because I'm using my phone, which there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But if you're an audiophile, I'm sure you're somewhat an audiophile too, because you've got a lot of very nice equipment in here strictly for this, so you can tell the difference of what's recorded on an iPhone versus what's recorded with a condenser mic or a dynamic mic. That kind of thing. So.
Oh, that's good. Well, I mean, you care enough about that you don't want to. You're not going to do it right. You're not going to do it at all. Exactly. So that's good. All right, cool. So actor, been acting. Tell me about that.
Started taking acting lessons in 2024, and 2 or 3 months after that, it's mainly, mind you, it's mainly only been background work, or extra work, as a lot of people know it as. They call it background work because you're literally in the background.
Right.
Extra, it's not really. I think it probably means something different that I have no idea what it means in industry jargon.
Right.
But it's mainly background work. Now I've done a commercial where I got the lead role through a company called Freebird Spring Water. It was a lot of fun to make. We shot it just outside of Austin, and I've done a couple of commercials where I was background, but it was more so I was a little bit more active. My first background gig I got was actually for a Netflix show. It was Tom Segura's Bad Thoughts.
Yeah.
And if you watch episode 2, there's a skit where he is doing a parody of Steven Seagal.
Okay.
And I come in the background and I am a Russian thug or quote unquote intimidating Russian. I don't have any lines,
Okay.
but it's just me, hair slicked back. They dress me up in all black suit and I'm just there to look like I'm about to wreck shop if anything goes wrong.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
it was a lot of fun. And it was kind of cool. I watched it and then I'm like, hey, wait, no, I'm there. There I am. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm actually there. Like Tom Segura's right there. And there's me. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was my first gig I got. And then I haven't done a lot since then. I got a few jobs last year and I'm waiting to hear back on some for this year now.
Cool.
But it was a lot of fun. I actually got my broker involved in acting lessons there for a little bit.
Oh, really, dude?
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've always been curious about my son. He's 10, and he mentioned something about acting or whatnot, and I had the thought in my little brain. I was like, what if we just create like a short sitcom of the family? You know, I don't know. Just a thought. I haven't acted on it, but
I tell you what's all the rage right now is if you do a vertical show that can be aired on TikTok or like an Instagram reel.
Yeah,
those are up and coming.
Okay.
If they're not already all the rage, it's so that people can watch them without turning their phones.
For real. Yeah.
And it fits the format of those platforms that much better. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm one of the people who I have my screen locked so that way it doesn't rotate. Like if I'm on the internet or whatever, and you shift, you're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So no, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll have to see. So, yeah, that's awesome, man. You're just all forms of entertainment, also serving the community. And how long have you been a real estate agent?
This coming April will be 2 years.
Okay. 2 years, all with Vista?
Yes.
From the get-go.
I started in March of 24 with my education. I got through it mid-April. I took my exam the end of April, passed it on the first try.
Come on now, good job.
That's what that's all about right there. Just joking. But you mentioned Josh earlier. Josh has been a friend of mine for quite a few years. He's actually the reason why I got into real estate.
Oh, cool.
And he said, I'd love to introduce you to Dustin and Lori and the whole team at Vista.
Yeah.
And see what you think. Dustin was the only interview I took. He said, oh, so what you thinking, man? What you thinking? It was 2 or 3 days later, I think. It was either Dustin or Lori that hit me up. I said, oh, no, I said yes at the interview.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't make it. I wasn't prominent enough. Yes, I want to go with Vista.
Yeah.
And so the following week after that, I was sponsored. And so here I am.
Yeah. And how's it been this last 2 years in real estate? Like, few transactions, few families helped. Like, what has that been like?
I had 2 transactions last year. I had started the learning process at the end of 2024, and I'm the type of person that it's going to take me a little while before I really can hone in on what's like you said. I like to do it right or don't do it at all.
Yeah.
But I know that I have to do this no matter what. But I need to make sure that every little detail, now that I'm liable and other people are depending on me, I'm very, very, I try to be as diligent as possible. And I know that I still sometimes miss things, but I'm getting better about not missing those things. And so in 2025, though, it was very cool. Some friends of mine, I actually officiated their wedding. I forgot that. I'm also an ordained minister.
Dang. We'll just add it to the list.
I'm just, and what I can do is I can officiate your marriage. Then I can sell you your forever home.
Yep.
I can come play your housewarming party. And then I don't know what I can do with the acting, but I'll figure out a way to work that in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, back to it. Some friends of mine, I officiated their wedding, and one of them has been, they're now both very close friends of mine, but one of them, he's been one of my best friends for a long time.
Yeah.
I got a chance to sell them their home as well. I found them the home, or I basically made the deal happen. And so it was really awesome to be part of two of their major milestones in their lives.
Yeah.
And then off of that, I posted about it, and one of my other buddies in the music industry said, "I forgot that you were a realtor. Can I give you your number to my family?" And so I was able to take care of his sister and her husband and get them into a house as well.
Cool.
And so it was really cool to help people that I was either close to or became close to in the process. So it's a very rewarding experience for me.
Yeah, one thing that Matt has said before, when we've done some other, interviews where he's like, there's like every room or bed or couch that you've ever slept on, like, growing up as a child or even a young adult, like you remember, like, hey, I remember I lived in this house, in this apartment. I remember I lived here. He's like, you're like helping them with these memories that they're gonna create, and like birthdays are gonna be celebrated, and anniversaries and holidays, and even they're gonna be there for sad times too. But like you as the real estate agent, as a real estate professional, you're part of this story of the Johnsons and the this and that family's life.
Yeah, what's cool is you're not selling them a house, you're finding them a home.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt was really awesome.
Yeah.
In the whole aspect of it, because like you said, like a house is the shell. The home is where the memories are made.
Yep.
And where things are going to happen, but you find out you go through life together.
Yep.
And that's what makes it a home. And that's what I really like is being able to find people where they can envision how they're going to set up their home for the rest of their lives, and
right.
Is this primary bedroom big enough so that I can sleep on the other side of the bed and not hear my husband breathe if I'm mad at him at night?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, like the little jokes that come along.
Or even like future plans, like if they don't have any kiddos yet, and like, all right, like we want at least the 3-bedroom because we're
going to use it as this first, but
right,
we're trying, and if we get a little one on the way, we were eventually going to turn this into the nursery or the kids' room or something like that.
Yeah, but it's good that whoever has the opportunity to work with you, right, and you guide them, that they know that like we mentioned already a few times, like you're going to do it right. You're not going to do it something that you don't know how without guidance. That's why we have Dustin and Lori, and that's why I have Matt and Alicia, right? We're not going to do things the wrong way. We're going to figure out the right way to do it.
Absolutely.
And then you also caring, and you're just part of their lives, but you're also super supportive here in town.
Absolutely. It's really cool. It's very enriching in both aspects, because I'm you get an education that you can't buy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not you're not you can't go to school. I mean, you can go to school to pass the tests that you need to get these jobs, but whenever it comes to the real life scenarios, every one of them is going to be different. You're not necessarily going to be prepared just from coming out of real estate education,
right? Yeah.
And so, but you get that education, and then you're also in the process, you're having these conversations with your clients, but you're also helping put them at ease or getting them excited for what's coming. And there's heavy emotions involved, because this is a big purchase for a lot of people. Dustin put it the perfect way. This is one of the most expensive purchases usually everybody's going to make in their lives. And so it really puts it into perspective that you're helping them whenever the deal is done and they come up to you. I cannot thank you enough for everything you did for us. And you're thinking in your head, all I did was make some phone calls, or all I did was I told you I need you to sign this and initial this off, and I worked with Dustin and Lori the way that I was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I did. They said, no, you did way more than that. And it's awesome. It feels great.
Yeah. And and maybe earlier when I mentioned like transactions, like maybe that's like a demeaning, like it diminishes what you actually do, right? Because it's not a transaction. It's like it's just you're their guide. Like you help them navigate this whole process. You're not a
Well,
salesperson,
but I mean, at the heart of it is a transaction,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so there's nothing wrong with calling it that. It's completely okay because you're absolutely right. Is there some icing on the cake? Sometimes, maybe not every single time, but the I'm just going off of the experiences that I had. It was really fun being a part of the transaction and part of the whole process, and especially seeing seeing the buyers light up whenever I sent them houses to look at or said, "Hey, I've got this one." They said that wasn't even on a list that I even thought of, and
Yeah.
I want to look at that one. Where did you find that? And I said, I just put it in the MLS and I searched the criteria,
Yeah.
and then and also getting to know the clients is really fun too because you get a chance to cut up and make jokes here and there, but you also get to find out what they like, and the further along you get into a deal, like if it keeps going and they haven't found that right one yet, you're able to narrow down what they're looking for after the first couple times because you can see their reactions about the ones that you're sending, the ones that they're sending you,
Yeah.
and you can say this is definitely the aesthetic you'd be into, or this is your vibe, or this isn't something that you are gonna like only because of this. I'm gonna show it to you and explain to you why I don't think it would be something that would fit your lifestyle, but I could be wrong. That's why I'm going to show it to you. But you said you have 4 dogs, and there's no real
Right.
place for these dogs to run around in the backyard or something like that. Or there's this, you know what I mean? And so I don't I don't do that for the emotional aspect of things. I do it for more of a practical thing. If they say I like to cook, I need a big kitchen, and I see the kitchen is no bigger than this couch, I'm going to say
Yeah.
here's an option, but here's what you would lose in the process.
Right.
And 99% of the time they're going to say no, you can't have that.
Yeah.
And so that's whenever I get to a point, it's like, okay, cool. Do you want me to just make sure that I don't even consider these houses like with that situation? They said yes.
Right.
So I always run it by the clients first, just to double check. I say I always
Yeah.
I ran it by both of my clients last year.
I mean,
is what I should say.
You're 100% so far.
Yes,
Yeah. Well, and I would predict that you're going to continue that no matter, how many different families you get to help. If 2026 you're helping 100 families, you're still going to, it's just because who you are, you care, enough about these individuals because although you said it's not emotional, like, oh, this kitchen's too small, it's still like it matters because you listen.
Absolutely.
You listen to like, I love to cook, and one thing that I was thinking about while you were mentioning that was like, even when it comes to like somebody buying a new build house like a Centex home, right? A lot of people, not a lot, but I think more than should go without a realtor. But like, if they had somebody else there who's caring, who will listen, like it's just a different set of eyes, a different mind on these different homes for them that is like you're like vouching on their behalf.
Absolutely. And what's really cool and what's really cool about what you're saying about that is if you go with a realtor, you're not limited to any one builder, you're not limited to any one spot, you're not limited to any specific set of restrictions. Well, I mean, within reason, obviously, the legalities and stuff, but you don't have to settle for a house from that builder. You don't have to settle for a resale. You don't have to settle for something on this side of town. You don't have to settle for this. And a lot of times you're not just getting an advocate, you're getting somebody who has resources that you don't have access to.
Right.
Because that's why we make the money that we make, is because I'm paying into something that is a resource that I use on a quarterly basis.
Right.
And that means that I have access to it. So if you want access to that, you have to go to real estate school. You have to become a realtor.
Right.
a lot of people don't understand there is a difference between a licensed real estate agent and a realtor. You have to have both, though. And so that's why you're hiring them, is because the resources that they put time and money into.
Yeah.
And so
it's like, I don't know if it's really totally lines up, but it's like when you have a house project and you need, some sort of like maybe medium-sized equipment, right? Like you can go rent it and do that, but you can pay this guy. Yeah.
It aligns exactly with what I was saying, because you can rent anything you want, again, within reason. You know what I mean? Do you know how to use it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Is it worth it for you to rent it and then take the time to learn how to do it and then get yourself built up to it to the point where you spent 4-5 times as much to learn how to use it just to do one job? Or is it worth it to go to the guy who knows how to use the equipment already and can do it very quickly and will give you a quote that's probably a tenth of what you would spend, putting time and effort into it. So
and the thing is, like, it's your profession. Like, this is real estate is your profession, mortgages, landscaping, construction, whatever, right? Like, we're in this more than somebody who just wants to buy a house once every 8 years, right?
Absolutely.
You're in this, and plus the resources that you have. I mean, Dustin's a wealth of knowledge, just like Lori, and a lot of people that are on Vista Team, Matt, like, we're around this. And so anyway, all that to sum up is make sure that you reach out to Austin, and don't forget, especially his musician friends and circles, he's a real estate agent.
I am a real estate agent. Yes.
He can help you buy a house anywhere in Texas, anywhere in other states, or just Texas, right?
Just Texas.
Just Texas.
Just Texas.
It's a big state, though.
I'm gonna focus mainly in the Central Texas area, but I'm sure with all the agents that are on the roster, I could find someone who knows somebody in the area you're looking to buy. Yeah. And we do that as well. We make sure to try to put you in touch with an agent who knows the particular area you're looking to move into. So if you choose Central Texas, please contact me. Yep. If you decide outside of Central Texas, still contact me and let me try and put you in touch with somebody that knows the area that you're hoping to relocate to.
Yes. So this is your notice. Remember, Austin is a real estate agent, a licensed realtor, and he can help you out. All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with me and hanging with me.
Appreciate it, Andrew.
All right, brother.